Hey everyone, my name's Alex, and today I'd like to talk about the Australian Cattle Dog. This breed seems to be getting more and more popular over the last few years, and I see a lot more go into shelters and being rehomed because people don't know what they're getting into. They are a very high energy, very intelligent, awesome breed, but if you can't handle some of their bad habits, there might not be the dog for you. So please do your research, whether you're getting an Australian Cattle Dog or any dog for that matter. Always research before you get a new pet. To start with, the names of Australian Cattle Dogs. They are known as, obviously, Australian Cattle Dogs, or just Cattle Dogs. If you hear somebody say Heelers or Velociraptor, Land Sharks, Blue Heeler, Red Heeler, in our household we also call them dingoes. I mean, they're all the same dog. A Heeler, ACD, Australian Cattle Dog, it's all the same breed. I've gotten into arguments with people that they're not the same breed. They are all the same type of dog. A red Heeler and a blue Heeler, it's the same dog. That is only referring to their coat color. If you can see behind, yeah, our two newest additions back here. They have the blue Merle. They are a blue Heeler. The only difference between them and a red Heeler is the red Heeler's got a redder coat. But red and blue, same dog, same breed. End of discussion. No more arguments about this. They also are very highly addictive. Once you get one cattle dog, apparently you just keep adding more to your household. We are up to 4 now. We have 5 dogs total, 4 are cattle dogs. It's mostly my fault. Because I'm very obsessed with this breed. The reason I'm so obsessed with them is because of our oldest, Silver. She made me fall in love with the breed. They are just super intelligent. They are very loyal. They are very protective of their family. They are Velcro dogs for sure. They will pick their human, and it's like you are my person for life, like my companion for life. They have a very long lifespan for a medium-sized dog. The average, it says, is like 13 to 15 years, but I've seen plenty cattle dogs in my groups that I belong to that have lived to 16 to even 20. So if you're going to get one, please remember that this is like for the long haul. You have a companion for a really long time. They are prone to blindness and deafness. Some can be born with it, it can happen later in life. But for the most part, cattle dogs are a pretty healthy dog. Like, there's not many issues that they have. I think they say online that they have possibly like hip dysplasia issues, but so far I haven't seen any of that in my older dog. She does suffer from blindness. Well, she has no eyes anymore, but she doesn't seem to be having issues too badly yet for being 14. Maybe some arthritis setting in, but overall they're a very healthy breed. The only thing I would say that you have to worry about is injury. We've had a few incidences where, you know, somebody's either cut open their paw or broken or fragmented their paw. This is basically one of our dogs that has done this. Lucian, our boy dog. He's also even slammed into a concrete bench at the dog park because he was just running so fast he just went boom. But they're a pretty healthy dog. Besides for blindness and deafness, it seems like they're pretty tough. Don't seem to have like too many issues through their lifetime from what I've noticed with my own pack and just with what I've seen online. This breed is very protective of their families. Not like crazy, like it'll kill anything it sees kind of thing. Well, I don't know, maybe some will. But they are very protective of their home and their family, and they know their boundaries. Especially if you teach them the boundaries of a property line, they know that this is mine. You don't come onto my property and I don't go to yours type thing. That being said, some people will say they're not great family dogs because they're not great with kids. And that's a huge debate I see online. I personally think they're great with kids as long as they know how to be around kids, and also if the kids know how to be around a dog. Cattle dogs do nip, like they are herding dogs, they're working dogs. They are bred to go after the heels of cattle, like it's hence herding. If you don't train that out of them, or if you don't teach them not to nip children, can't say I blame the dog on that one, but that's a whole other discussion for another day. But just to be advised, they can nip. It's very easy to train out, but I've never had real issues with any of the 4 that we have. except for Clea did nip me a little bit when she first was like 8 weeks old, But we quickly taught her how to not do that, and we gave her a job to do, which is herd a ball through the yard, that's her job. And onto that, they need a job. If you are getting a cattle dog, and we live in the city, we don't have like a huge farm for them to like run around and chase cattle or anything like that, but to help with that working instinct and herding instinct, you need to give them a job to do. The newest ones, their job is to get the ball. That is their job. It might not be the best job, but it keeps them busy. When I first got Silver, our oldest one, her job was to make sure the kitties do not go upstairs and to keep them downstairs. It was a very bad thing on my part, because poor cats, but we've changed that since then. But they need something to do. The saying is, a tired cattle dog is a happy cattle dog. So if you have worked them, like, well, even if you can't work them, you can take them for hikes, take them for walks, bike riding. So if you're very, well, I'm not very athletic and I still can tire them out, but if you're an athlete or like to run or want a biking partner, they will go with you. They are very, very loyal to a fault. Like, their devotion is like ridiculous to their human. I think that's why it breaks my heart, especially more when I see them in shelters, because they're like, where's my human? Because they very much get attached and are, I don't know, I can't explain it. You cattle dog parents out there know what I'm talking about, though. There is that bond that's just ridiculously strong with a cattle dog, which I've never felt with any other dog. But besides for being super loyal and athletic, they're just super intelligent. They're great dogs for agility training or just any training in general, like doing tricks. Anybody that tells you they're a quiet dog is a liar. This is a rarity in this house. You see this quietness? Can you see? Look at you girls being so good. That is not normal. So I know I've read a few articles saying that cattle dogs are the quietest dogs. Whoever wrote those has never owned a cattle dog. Maybe never owned a dog, period. But they will bark if the wind blows funny. Just to let you know that, hey, we might be in danger. There's a leaf outside, They do have pitchy bark. Some of them, not all. 2 out of 3 of my girls, very high-pitched, pitchy barks. My boy cattle dog, and Clea, they've got more of a shake you to the core kind of bark, like a deep bark, like we're in protective I'll kill mode because the leaf flew by the house kind of thing. Grooming requirements are very low for the Australian cattle dog. They have a double layered coat, so it helps keep them cool and warm during the seasons. Please do not shave your Australian cattle dog. Please, if your groomer says it's fine, find a new groomer. My opinion, though. Their grooming requirements are very minimal, besides for like nail trims. Well, actually you don't even have to do it that often if they're grinding it on their own. But nail trims, yeah, average 4 to 6 weeks we do their nails. They shed twice a year, from January to June and from July to December. They shed all the time. I don't care who you talk to. If you own a cattle dog, you know what I'm talking about. The hair just always is coming out. Now I will say it is twice a year that the undercoat really pops out, but they shed all the time. So brushing once a month or maybe once a week, a deferminator brush, and that's if you feel like doing that. I only brush ours every couple months when I bathe them, and you don't even have to bathe them that often. Maybe once or twice a year. The reason I bathe so much is because my girls like to roll and poop all the time, and I prefer that not to be in the bed with me when they sleep with me. So a little bit more on the protectiveness. They are very leery of strangers. Even if, I know mine, if they know the person, they're not that leery. They're like, oh, okay, that's George from down the street or whatever. We don't know George, but if they meet somebody for the first time, they are going to be standoffish. They're like, we don't know you. It's that whole attitude of we don't know you. So always be cautious, watch the body language. I've never had an issue of them just attacking a stranger, but they are leery of strangers. It's their protectiveness of their human, of their family. It's how it is. Even as well socialized as my dogs are, there are certain people they will meet where I can just see the look in their eyes. They're like, I don't know you and I don't like you kind of thing. Back up, dude. So that's a little bit part of I think just the way their personality is. Another thing I've noticed about cattle dogs' personalities is they're a little bit OCD. All 4 of mine have something different that has to be done a certain way in the household. So I think that's just a breed trait, and the more I see other people's cattle dogs from other cattle dog parents, it just seems like they all have their own thing. They all have like similar qualities, but they all have their own thing. Like Clea has to have the ball at a certain spot before we kick it. Like it's one of those weird things, and they all have their own little quirks. If you're looking for a dog to have like a lifelong companion with, a cattle dog is a great choice. Like I said, they are loyal to a fault. Like they are completely devoted to their human that they choose. Great for exercising. They love to work. They love to exercise. Super, super intelligent, super loving, super protective. Great for agility. I mean, it sounds like it's all just roses with cattle dogs from what I'm saying, but they do have their downfalls. Chewing is an issue. And any dog you get is going to be can be a chewer, but cattle dogs seem to always go for the wood in your house. I'm not sure what that's about, but they can like destroy something into like of course I've seen other dogs do that too, but their chewing is a thing. Like you have to figure out, or you have to teach them what they can chew, can't chew, just like with any dog. But if your cattle dog's chewing more than is normal, I guess, maybe it's bored. Maybe you should do new tricks with them, or find toys that help them use their marbles upstairs to figure things out. There's plenty of things that you can do for your dog, so they're not bored, especially a cattle dog. Because I know when Clea gets bored, she just starts grabbing things and throwing them wherever she wants to, and chewing things wherever she wants to. But that's just her. Another point of their high energy, the puppy stage, any puppy stage is tough. But with a cattle dog, it's like super crazy intense. So if you can make it through like the first 2 years, or maybe 2.5 years, they start to slightly calm down. But they do seem a little overwhelming when they're little. To some people. To me, I think it's awesome. But be prepared for that. If you're gonna get a cattle dog that's really, really young, you're gonna have like the first 2 years is just gonna be crazy, crazy energy, and then it slightly settles down a little bit. But they're always a high energy dog. But just remember, if you can get through the 2.5 years, you're gonna have an amazing companion dog for life. That being said, they will always be high energy. My 14-year-old still has a little spunk in her step. And hopefully I'll be posting more videos to try to give some advice and share my experiences that I've had for the last 14-ish years with cattle dogs. So thank you guys for watching. You guys want to say bye? You want to say bye-bye? Oh, dingo head tilt. Look at that focus on her face. And she's like, I'm done now.